another edition of Community Corner. I'm your host, Therese Valeron. On today's show, we have some young students here from Fortin East Secondary School who are going to let us know a little bit about a campaign that has already been launched and some awareness concerning some issues. But before we get into that, I want to introduce Miss Kunkwang
Glenn.
Miss Kunkwang Glenn, who's here, a teacher and a coordinator of this campaign. And we have Miss Joanna, Miss Tahila, and Emmanuel. Welcome to Community Corner.
Nice to be back.
Okay, so we're going to talk about this campaign, but what brought on the campaign? I understand right now RBTT has launched their theme being
Be the change.
Be the Change,
RBC.
RBC. Could you tell us what I understand that you guys are part of the theme formation and coming out of some issues. So tell us a little bit about the theme.
Be the change?
Yeah.
All right, well, basically what they do normally, the Young Leaders Project has been on for a very long time, a good couple years. I think even when we were in school, Cherise, we had it.
Yeah.
Right, so this year they chose for 2013 the Dilemma's slogan, Be the Change.
Yeah.
And basically what it is that it's trying to empower students to pick out like issues in society, stand up, speak out about it, influence positively. And that's it. So it's Be the Change. And we chose our selection was against bullying.
Yeah.
And that's what we decided to base our campaign again about.
Okay. So kids, it's a campaign about bullying. I understand it's a two-part campaign. It's about addressing awareness on bullying as well as reform concerning the peer helping. Before we get into the peer helping, why did you guys want to be a part of this campaign concerning bullying? Anybody?
Because most of us was victims of bullying at once, and we decided to use this.
Yeah.
And we decided to use this opportunity to express ourselves and to let others know that you're not alone in this situation. That we are here to help and we understand. Basically.
Anything else? Why you are part of the campaign?
Well, at a point in time of my life, I had been bullied. It's still going on right now. And so I joined this campaign to get an understanding of how it can be solved and to help others that are going through it and are afraid to speak out.
Okay. Anything, Joanna?
I joined the campaign because I know that there are children out there who don't think that they have a purpose in life, but we are here to send a message to them so that they will know that they are special.
Oh.
Right, and one of the reasons that, well, actually, I'm a co-coordinator. The other teacher with me on this is Miss Shivani Ramdeo, Sipasad. And she had selected the theme, A Moment in My Shoe.
Right.
And it was inspired by the Amanda Todd story, which happened in 2012, I think, October, where she actually posted a suicide video online. And when after it happened, she was explaining why, and it was about bullying. It was because she felt so isolated by her peers, so threatened by her peers, and she just took her life. So I know it affected Shivani greatly, and I know also too that even in Trinidad, like George from St. Mary's, his surname is always very difficult for me to pronounce, Kazanjian from St. Mary's. Right, I think he was being bullied because of his sexual orientation, and he killed himself, and that happened right here locally. Right, it's a really big issue. Like I think even the Colombian 1999 school murders, the mass shooting, that was done by two kids who were bullied. And a lot of them, when you look at it, it's affecting our schools really deeply.
Right. And it's really important that now we address the situation before it escalates even more. So this is a theme that you guys came up with, you and the other girl you're telling me, Shivani, and you were able to influence RBTT to do this across the country, to work on.
Well, it's actually, remember the RBTT, the RBC Young Leaders. It's based on students interpreting the theme and then taking their interpretation into the school. So yes, they are here and they are backing us, but this is really a school initiative, and we are trying to make it a nationwide endeavor.
Yeah, for us, it's more than just a competition.
Yeah.
It's a way to express ourselves.
Yeah. Okay. So how many people are involved in your school in this big project?
Well, firstly, when we decided to discuss about this topic, 1/6 of our school, that's a lot of students, joined the campaign, and that in itself will show you that people, our school has been bullied, and they want to use this opportunity to reveal themselves and to help others.
Okay, how can you guys think bullying can be stopped?
All right, well, let me answer that one because
Okay.
I guess that's how we developed the program. The way how we are trying to tackle this project is that we have two phases. Two phases. So the first one would be awareness of the issue.
Right.
Right, so it would be launching campaigns in other schools. We're going to do a documentary. We have posters that we are trying to develop right now to let people be aware that, hey, this is an issue that don't be afraid to speak out about. Right, if you're a victim, come out about it. Right, it's something that it permeates our society and it influences so many people. So the awareness aspect is one of the issues that we're trying to cover. And then the next one would be about rehabilitation. Well, basically, all of those who have been bullied, we want to provide some sort of solace, some sort of treatment.
Okay.
Shouldn't say treatment, that's a sort of hard word, but, well, basically just to guide them about what to do next. And
Yeah.
even bullies themselves to try to reform their behavior, because we even have, we had started a peer helping program in our school where we'll be training the students. Actually, we have peer helpers right here
Right.
to deal with issues like this. And we'll also be, I think, launching a prison visitation program for people who have been bullies in our school. They're going to visit the prisons and see what happens. What's the next step? If you continue this part of destructive behavior, what could possibly happen to you? And other different things. So,
It's basically a collision of ideas, really. We had divided the two topic into 6 different categories. Basically, we have our the graphics crew, we have the documentary crew, and we have the leaders. And basically, it stems from there and builds up and to form something even bigger. So that's why everybody in the group is occupied doing something. So everybody is involved.
yeah. And actually, we'll also be trying to develop a website because there are lots of international websites that target bullies or those who have been bullied in other, countries. And unfortunately, nothing like that has ever been done down here. So we're trying to actually establish a website where people can get advice and, voice all the issues and that sort of thing. So that's also being currently done in our school. Another teacher, Adiola Reed, is also on that, as well as a bunch of volunteers, student volunteers.
You know, last week on the program, we were dealing with a mature woman who was struggling with substance abuse over time. And she talks about a home in Point Fortin as well, where in dealing with substance abuse, they look to empower women, which is a good way to deal with stuff like this. So you're empowering people, letting them get to know more about what really happens when you bully someone and the effects it really has. And it's really good, not just that you guys are making people aware, but the peer helping. Yeah, because Ginny and I, we were peer helpers back in high school, and I knew there are things, you guys must agree that some students, you won't really want to tell a teacher or an adult, but it's good you have a friend that you can confide in. And there are certain students who would be trained, I'm assuming, this is the same under the
It's
training,
the same sort of.
where they're trained how to deal with situations and stuff. Why do you think people bully?
Well, I think they bully because I think they don't feel good about themselves. So in order for them to feel good about themselves, they need others to feel less than what they are in order for them to feel good. Yeah. Or they either have trouble at home with their parents. Yeah.
What did you, Joanne?
Or probably they just want to try to fit in because people around them are doing the same thing and they want to try to be like everyone else.
That's true. Anything else, Emmanuel?
Basically what you said just now. This activity stems from the home, really. Some people don't have that sort of role model, that sort of love, and hence they try to get it through the acts of violence, and therefore they try to do this. But when I was bullied, I always tried to show love to my bullies, and that helped change them, actually. Yeah.
Okay, Emmanuel, what are some things that can be done besides making people aware of the effects of bullying and, to change that whole mindset?
And one of the things, from my perspective, I'm a big fan of human resource, and I believe that bullies could be changed. I hope for bullies to be changed and change it to something more productive. We can now channel that energy. Because to bully someone shows that you have a form of leadership style, and you can now transform the leadership style into something, a positive externality to help someone else. So that is one of the avenues we're also looking at in this program, not just to look at the bully bullied, sorry, but look at the bully itself.
And I could actually testify to that one because when I was much younger, I was painfully shy. And I remember there was this incident that happened in my preschool. It always stuck with me. This young gentleman had to defend me. And after that, I remember feeling myself getting very aggressive. I was like, this is not going to happen again, right? So I actually became a bully. I used to fight, and I sort of where I was a Robin Hood bully because I would defend those who were being bullied. And then eventually, right, because people have been talking to me about being positive influences and that sort of thing, and even with peer helping, I channeled that, aggression into something good and positive, and that's something that we need to target because every child is inherently good. In my book, I really see it like that. So even if it is that something is up with them and that's making them react like this, it's not a hopeless situation if you just befriend them. And I think that's the ideas that we have, the peer helping or just trying to positively influence through our thoughts, our talks, etc. It's something that we really want to try it that way and see how it goes.
I love that. Girls, you agree with that?
Yes, we do agree with it. Yeah.
You think it's a good idea to give a bully a chance to?
Yeah.
be a
At
peer
some point
helper?
in time, I believe that they can change. And they could be the change in this whole situation. So.
Do you believe you girls can make a difference? Like one of you guys, you think you can make a difference? Yeah.
How?
Tiny, you, Joanna? Tell me how.
Well, you could probably talk to them, find out the different troubles and situations that they are going through, and probably try to help them in that.
Yeah. Emmanuel.
Well, seeing that from a male perspective, I don't literally will come to a person talking nice. What going on? What going on? Like I come bold to them, and want to find out what's going on because I already have developed that relationship with the male peers in my school, and therefore I already gain a trust. So therefore they could come to talk to me whatever they have, and they will be able to get away from that. So I also like to try a different approach to it, not just a kind of nice attitude towards it.
Because that's the thing, when you research the psyche of bullies are usually those who want to call attention to themselves, who want to assert their power, right? Especially in the face of probably low self-esteem, misuse, and that sort of thing. And when you really research most of them, it started off like that. Or it could have been because their homes are not the best of homes and it's learned behavior. So I think by befriending that, that's really, we want to not do this campaign with aggression, but the main fundament of the entire thing is love and understanding. That we teach the children to, understand differences, respect differences, embrace differences.
Learning to deal with bullies must be something that you have to become aware of too, because I'll tell you, my experiences in schools, I've never had an experience with bullying. So for me, understanding bullying is, is something I have to look into. Maybe perhaps I'm a bully to my siblings, but I think in dealing with bullies, like you're saying, Emmanuel, it's a little different even for males, the way you would approach, because women are more we try to be a bit more sensitive, hey, and guys, you'd be like, hey, what's going on? And it's important to make teachers, I think, not just students, because it's important for us to understand, but teachers need to also learn how to deal with bullies.
That's right.
And I hope that that something can be done even in schools, because I understand, I was talking with some teachers recently, and they were telling me about the stereotype they have about tall students. Sometimes they just assume the tall ones are the ones who are going to be the bullies, and they tend to be a bit victimizing to the bullies, which I think would just make the situation worse. Because when you draw negative attention, they're just going to go at it. And you're a teacher, Janine, and how have you been able to deal with bullies in your class?
I think, definitely, because actually when I came into school, because I'm relatively new at teaching, but when I came into the school, a lot of the so-called troubled children, we had relationships. We started establishing relationships, and because of that trust that they had in me, they started confiding in certain things, and I realized that most of it goes much deeper, than surface level. And I think a lot of times teachers get disillusioned by the system, and they tend to be very aloft, but it's not part of our job. I think we need to a lot of times tap into the children, establish relationships, get to know them a little bit more, and by doing that, we'd be able to influence positively. So.
I agree. So walking into someone else's shoes, That's like the theme, right? Tell me about that. Do you think you can do that, Emmanuel?
Yeah, I guess. Basically, that's why we chose this topic, because it's a very emotional topic. Because we
Yeah.
must stop and think. Let's be the person that has been bullied for a day,
Okay.
and let's see if we can understand that. If we could live with that for a day, I don't think most of us can. And the theme itself is geared towards that, being in someone's shoes, being bullied, and then we will be able to understand and be able to approach this manner without hurting anyone, even worse. So that's why I chose this topic.
I agree. What about you? Do you think it's difficult, Tahila, to walk in someone's shoes?
Yes, I think it's difficult because you, when until you're in that person's shoes, you does not know what's going on in their life, and so it was really difficult to be in their shoes because what they are going through, you can't go through it as well.
What about you, Joanna?
Well, as well think it's kind of hard to walk in someone's shoes because you may not know or what that person is going through until you actually know them and everything about them.
That's true. And I love this campaign, kids, because